Okay, so here we are, the largest irrigation system to date. There's, I believe, 45 raised beds, and everything you see around the tennis court is vegetable gardens. And everything on the other side is flower gardens. So I guess there's, I don't know, about 15 or 20 of them out there, and then there's about 25 or 30 of these raised beds in here. Real quick overview, here's how we did the irrigation. So here's the supply line. We got an inline filter. There's already a wasp that got in there. Got a 4-way manifold. This is the 4-way timer to the vegetables. And this is the 4-way timer for the gardens. On the vegetables, we did 3 zones. And on the flowers, we did 4 zones. So everything is over here. This is all zone 1. And then zone 2 is this little snaky cable here. And then everything in the field of view right now, kind of these 2 rows, is zone 2. And then zone 3 follows along, the edge, and then it's these beds. And you could kind of see how I fed the lines. I've got 2 feeder lines. They kind of loop in return, and they kind of zigzag. On this one, there's probably about 32 linear feet of emitter line. This one has about 40 linear feet. It's a little bit bigger bed of emitter line. And I opted to do the sends and returns kind of all in the same one so that the line had equal pressure. And as usual, you can't go more than, I think it's 20 feet on one single emitter tube. So that's why when some of these were 40, I went ahead and had a send and return back into the same artery. And here's an example of where I just had 1 feeder line, but this bed here probably has a total of 16 linear feet of emitter line. And the emitter line is the part in there. And then this is just regular 1/4-inch non-emitter line. It looks the same, but there's no emitters. And those go into the little T's that feed the bed coming off the 1/2-inch polypropylene line. So that's the system. So here we are on June 5th, and maybe I'll make a future video. We'll see how everything's going along. But the groundskeeper, the gardener here, would spend on average about 3, maybe 4 hours a day watering by hand all these vegetables. So now the system's fully installed. Those 2 timers are going to run not at the same time, but at different times. Starting at 6 a.m., going to 6:30 is 1 zone, then 6:30 to 7 is zone 2, every 30 minutes for the next 3.5 hours until all the zones get watered. All right, I'm out of here.